we're happy. Hi, gang. Oh, I got a gavel. Feels good. I'm back.
I don't know where the
We're going to rock and roll, make it a good year. Welcome to the
There it is.
January 14th gathering of the City of Lawrence Parks Board. Little historical fact, I think today should be a holiday. On this day in 1784, we officially, state of Connecticut, in the state of Connecticut, the Continental Congress ratified the Treaty of Paris, officially ending the American Revolution.
Oh, goodness.
And we were recognized as an independent country. So there you have it. All right. Thank you for weathering the weather. It's not
horrible
fun out there. Real quick, we are going to suspend the normal agenda. We actually only have one item of new business. The contract for CCA 2026 is under review from City Legal. So we'll get back to that. I don't think anybody's running out to play pickleball, volleyball, or softball anytime soon. They're welcome to it, but CCA, we'll get to them in February. Real quick, we have election of officers for 2026, president, vice president, and secretary. From the chair here, I would propose a unanimous consent of officers in place currently.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. Real quick, just some comments. Eric and I and the mayor, we had a great conversation last Thursday on projects that Eric's working on right now and for future projects. Miss Jamie, I'm going to bug you. We have Black History Month coming up in February, but we have other events currently going on. If you would give us an update for the record, please. Happy New Year, by the way, folks.
Happy New Year. So we wrapped up Winterfest at the beginning of this month. We had 13 nonprofit volunteers and were able to donate over $3,000 amongst all of them.
Oh, wow.
So that's our way, a little way of us giving back to our community and our nonprofits that are in the areas. If they come out and work our skate shed or our hot chocolate chalet, they get the proceeds. So we were able to do that this season, and that's in 4 weeks, right? So
And we didn't have the best of weather either.
We usually have 6 weeks, but we cancel 2. So we had 4 weeks, and we're able to give out that kind of money.
Good
so that's
job.
awesome. We do have our last winter market on February the 5th from 4 to 7 at the community center. And then, yes, Black History Month will happen on February 11th from 7 to 8 at the theater at the fort.
Miss Jamie and I've been following it, and as you get old, you can't remember time of day. Roman's got the senior activity going on. What's the title of that again?
Forever Young Club.
Yep.
We actually just added a day. So he does game days on Thursdays, every Thursday. Second Friday of every month, we do cardio dance, so it's from a chair. So we do cardio dance in a chair on second, third Fridays. On the last Friday of the month, we do yoga, chair yoga. And we are adding on the third Friday of every month between now, or starting in February until April. Yeah, until April, till May. Until May, we're going to do arts and crafts. So we are working with this young lady who does a lot of arts and crafts for seniors, and then with people of diverse ability. And so she's going to come out. We're going to do an evening class because a lot of people have asked, because we have a lot of 55 and older people for our Forever Young Club that still work. And so they always ask for something in the evening time because most everything we do is at 11 o'clock in the morning. So
yeah.
it's going to be from 6 to 7 on Fridays in the Activity Center, third Friday of every month.
Thank you, ma'am.
Lovely.
Yeah. I really like those activities. I think that's what we need more of, is more things where people are doing things.
We're trying, and then after May, we're going to see if we can work into having her out at the farmer's market.
Ooh.
Maybe not every month, maybe just once a month, but so not every Thursday, but figuring out some type of way to have her at the farmer's market instead of having to do back-to-backs. So like farmers markets are draining in the summertime, so we could have her maybe at the Visual Arts Center and do a class in there while the farmer's market is going on. It also will bring people out to the farmer's market. So we're just trying to figure out what would happen after May.
Is it just designed for us older people?
So we call it the Forever Young Club, which we focus on 55 and over, but we welcome anybody. There's one young lady who brings her grandson. So
Okay,
she'll
yeah,
bring her
that's-
grandson to game day sometimes. So
Yeah, I'd like to see us get more activities for younger people too, because, especially if you're doing them at Community Park. Because I think that area.
Good location,
A lot of
yeah.
people there can't afford
Yeah.
a lot of activities where they have to pay a lot.
yeah.
So if we could get more things there, which would be designed for them, I mean, not that anybody in the community couldn't come. But
Right, absolutely. So we'll figure out some stuff. We're not done. We're
yeah,
not done
I like
creating
that you're adding on.
new events. I promise you that.
Yeah,
we'll
that's it,
find
we
something
just
new all the
dipping our
time.
toe in it, yeah.
And I do know that, Eric, I don't know if you saw that email from I-9 that they are now a nonprofit organization, so they now have a nonprofit status. So that's gonna open up more funding for those who can't afford at the for-profit prices. They'll be able to give them a little more for scholarships and stuff, so that'll
okay.
open up a little more too.
A clarifying question. You said February 11th, 7 to 8 is Black History Month. Did you say that was Theater at the Fort, where it was
So
last
it's-
year?
Yes, so we're a partnership with Arts for
Yeah.
Lawrence for that.
They
yes.
did you guys did a wonderful job last year. It was
It
beautiful.
was fun. It was fun.
So this might be a little early, but some of the activities for summertime, where, like, since we've got the sand volleyball, can kids do that?
Yeah, we've actually presented to CCA and they're hesitant to do it because there's no lights available and for the adults, but it might be something we can program during the day for
Kids.
kids, just, for-
Yeah, I mean, I'm just throwing out
Yeah,
ideas.
no.
I don't know.
Spitballing, yeah.
So I know the goal for that park is to actually make it an adult-centered park, so like more adult programming there. So adult kickball, adult sand volleyball, the
If we've got the
pickleball.
facilities, I'd like to see us use the facilities as much as possible.
We would like to use that as an adult-focused park. Just got kicked out.
Yes, you got kicked out, because I'm going to address the board, so thank you so much. First of all, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Great questions. Hopefully, eventually, I will be able to have and present to the board. I've been talking with Jeff and Eric and Jamie in regards to the vision that I see for the park and for all of our parks. And Lee Road Park, to me, is a park where I feel that could be one of our adult parks, that we have more activities for adults, that we could bring them out, like, I think it's CCA that he's talking about. When you go to Blind Owl, they have a bocce ball court. We just did the volleyball sand court. We have the pickleball courts. There's things that we could do because of the trail that walks through there, that we could entice and bring more people from our city and all over out to our parks. So we have a lot of ideas that we would like for working with Eric and Jeff to bring to the board. It's time to shake the bushes a little bit, because we have a great parks. I visit some parks when I was on vacation in Raleigh, North Carolina. I would like to incorporate some artists, some artwork, some things like that to bring people out. So the connectivity is there. We just have to make sure that we find right sponsors, vendors, artists, and stuff that want to participate and help with our different parks. But I think the small little things that we can do will make a big difference. And so hopefully seeing you at some of our events in the parks would be a great opportunity too, as people come out to say you're part of the park board and open up ideas. But we're just really excited what Jamie has done working with the parks guys, and we had a great, robust conversation last week with some good ideas coming forth. So great questions, great ideas, and we look forward to seeing what we could do in 2026.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mayor.
Since you're here, what are the plans for the amphitheater?
Well,
That you can share.
that I could
There you
share.
go.
All right, so we have finished all of the ground,
Soil.
soil, everything came back negative so that we can move forward. Now we're in the phase of the survey. So we have a survey, an engineer company doing the survey of the land. DNR is still at the table. Our legal corporation is now proposing and they're writing up together what the lease would look like. It'll be much easier to lease it for I asked for 100 years and they laughed.
Right, that
So-
didn't happen.
Yeah, so we asked for 10 years automatic renewal. And so that's where we're at now. What does that look like? $1 a lease, whatever. So they're still on board. They still wanted to see it happen, and we're hopefully we'll have an announcement by the end of first quarter. So that's where we're at.
Madam Mayor, are the city pursuing, I know a lot of municipalities, a build, operate, transfer type of agreement with the state, or would the state, we get it built, but would it be state property?
No, it will be ours.
Okay, because wasn't sure, because I know a lot of parking garages, it's how
Right.
they're constructed.
So
It's
that's
build,
why,
operate, transfer.
exactly, that's
Okay.
why now is the part where we get everything in the
Okay.
lease agreement. And what does it look like?
Yeah.
It's much easier on both parts right
Yeah.
now to go into a lease agreement than try to buy the land. And
Straight out.
the vision is still keeping the track around, building
I
an
was gonna ask
amphitheater like in the center. We haven't, at this point, until we are really solid, we will send out and work with a couple of companies for a rendition of what the vision is that we would like to see there. But,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight that dog with getting rid of that track. I know that.
oh
is-
gosh, no.
We're going to
We wanna
refer them all to
incorporate-
Jamie's office if that were to happen.
No, we want to fix it up, and we
Right.
want to incorporate it into what we do there. But the main goal of this administration is to make sure we look at something that is a walkable city, a work, life, and play. I was just down at the State House yesterday speaking to some of our representatives. I've spoken and hosted Senator Walker here, State Representative Jeter, State Representative Kerry Hamilton, State Representative John Bartlett, and I was with Senator Lakeisha Jackson yesterday at the State House, talking about the things that we want to do in the city of Lawrence and when and what they could come along to help us with. So I'm not embarrassed to say that we're at a time where we could grow. What was so interesting is they want to see the city grow. They want to see, the mayor wants a steakhouse, they want to see the same thing. A lot of them talk about it would be great. Sometimes we won't be a Carmel or Fishers or Noblesville, but we are Lawrence. And this is our opportunity now for us to have the doors open and to advocate for Lawrence and see what we could do vendor-wise. So we're really excited to have them join us on that vision.
So will that area be a park?
It is part of the park, yes. It will be still part of what we consider one of our parks, because it'll be, the amphitheater will be there. We know that there's going to be some give and take from DNR and the city, so we'll just work it out and see how it comes. But they're definitely in agreement. I mean, Eric walked with us last year. They're not doing anything to it.
No.
They kind of want us to take it
They cut the
because
grass.
they know that we would take care of it and the vision. And so we're really excited. So I think we're going to have a mutual friendly agreement, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the golf academy that's there, that's technically, that was a for-profit they brought up from the Legends down in Columbus here. So I kind of envisioning an agreement arrangement per the golf academy that's there.
Yeah, we'll work it out. We have,
Not,
Tons of
that's not a
lawyers.
state thing.
So will the Parks Department be responsible for maintaining the amphitheater as well as the
of
land?
course, yes, because it's going to be, yes, we will be responsible for not only maintaining the area, but working with Jamie and maybe a production company to make sure that we have acts and whatever we want to do to bring there. If you notice how successful our Barbecue and Blues was, you notice how successful our entertainments that we have. She did a great job last year with making sure Community Park was filled, that we used for the whole 4th of July. I just think it's time for us to have an amphitheater while everybody else around us has amphitheaters.
So I do have a question. I love this idea. I think it's fabulous. Parking-wise, have there been discussions with Ivy Tech? I'm looking at Jamie. I know there have been. I just,
So, you know, sometimes we ask for forgiveness. There's a lot of surface area over there
Oh,
for
There is.
parking
my
lot.
good Lord.
And with them trying to move, I don't think there will be any issues
Yeah.
between now and I think they're leaving probably by the end of summer. They have spoken and said that they will be out, but things change. You know, they said they were going to be gone a year ago, so we're just waiting to see what happens. But I don't think there'll be any issues if we do have something. There's a lot of service parking areas over there.
Yeah, it's an asphalt jungle.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we talked about that.
So if the park department's responsible for taking care of that area, does that mean we're gonna get more people for maintenance?
Well, I'm not going to answer that right now because we're in a hiring freeze right now because of our budget. But we will look to see what funds and how we move forward with that.
Because I think we're pretty stretched now. I mean,
Sir, I am not going to disagree with you, but we do have a budget. SEA 1 has put some constraints on the city, all cities, but we know that there's a will, there'll be a way, and I'm sure that we'll make sure that if we do that, we'll look at the budget and see what adjustments we can be made.
And along with that, where's the money coming from to build the amphitheater?
Well, sir, that's a great question, and sometimes you look for sponsors, builders. We're open for a lot of suggestions that we're going to be looking at how other cities have done theirs. There's a
So-
title sponsor, there's different avenues.
So-
FHRA in the park, we may bond. I don't have any direct answers for you at this time. We're in the infancy stages. It was a dream, and we're trying to make the dream come true.
But you're not planning on reducing other areas of the park to get to this? I mean, what we have now with the parks is pretty minimal, really, compared to other places, because we don't have our own budget, it's all coming through the council, so.
I think that we have, in our 13 parks, an opportunity to grow. That's why you'll see us looking at what we're doing at Lee Road Park, that some of the things that we're trying to do are our minimum at cost. Eric does a great job looking at his budget. Jamie does a great job looking for sponsors and vendors. I was at a park that in Raleigh, North Carolina, that I thoroughly enjoyed, that people came out with too, that work-life balance. And they had it in different phases, this park, and I've met with the mayor there. And they had a lot of donors, high-stake donors, bank donors, and people like that that help with each phase of developing the park. And that's something that we could look at, that we're probably going to look at as we develop all of our parks. Sometimes it's not just the city alone that can do it, so we're going to reach out and see what's available to us.
Are you planning on following up the master plan that we did for?
I don't like the
Liberty Park?
master plan, sir.
Sir,
I do not like the master plan.
you don't like the master
I
plan?
do not.
Well, but didn't your office initiate that?
FHRA initiated it. I don't think it has any foresight for the future for sustainability. They just took what we had and add a splash park and some other things. We've got to start thinking outside of the box. If we want sustainability and people and to come out to use our parks, we've got to think, what is it that they're looking for? They're looking for walkability, they're looking for trails, they're looking for something to entice them and their children to come to the park. Their picnic areas, and their not just activities, but other areas and stuff that they could come out and enjoy. And I think that's what we have to start looking at. What does that look like for the city of Lawrence? I'm also doing a road trip, going to look at some other amphitheaters. So it's not just me sitting in the office looking for, just thinking about my ideas. I'm doing the research and looking for what's going to be a best fit for the city of Lawrence.
So you're not planning on anything for community park then, in particular? You have ideas for that?
Well, that's what we're working on.
That's what we're working on.
With the, when we met last week, we met and chatted for, it's about an hour, 45-minute meeting. We could have probably still been sitting there
Yes.
discussing. the master plan group that we're using have been very receptive. I liked some of their ideas. I'd like to get as much out of the stick and ball as we can, or relocate them and use the front of the park where it's more visible.
And that's one of the things that I didn't like, is that we have these baseball fields in the front of the park, and they're only used how many times during the year? But if we could take those and move them back.
To the
and
athletic complex.
The athletic complexes, which I'm thinking about, where we have the soccer fields, where we can move the baseball fields back there. So those are the things that's why I said I did not. I mean, that's on Franklin Road, and you're coming down off of 465, into Pendleton Pike to Franklin. That's our first road into Lawrence. If you're coming off 56, there's Franklin. That needs to be enticing. Come into our parks and to have those fields. In my opinion, and while I'm, guess, the mayor of this administration until, I just think it's time for us to look at that and see if we can move it, because we need to bring people in. And they're sitting there unused for maybe 3 or 4 months of the year.
And personally,
You know, I
think
totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. High five to you, dude.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we agree on that one.
and remember what we said, that park was created in 1959 for the purpose that
Yes.
dominates it
Yes.
now, which is Little League Baseball.
Yes.
And that's why it was built and developed, like Eric said. He started and I came on with the city in 1984, we were using, what we have, 1 or 2 soccer fields, and the rest of that back there it was for silage for the police chief's cattle. But the baseball fields were prominent there in the front. And like I said, this is a chance to repurpose
It is.
that park from what its original use for.
This is exciting time. It's exciting time.
Yeah, I like the idea of relocating stuff and,
But we're talking about a lot of money.
oh, yeah,
I mean,
Yep.
I mean, unless we're willing to invest quite a bit of money, that's not gonna happen.
yep.
Well, we could have a campaign, a capital campaign. I mean, that's what sometimes you do.
So are you talking about a bond issue, or?
No, a capital campaign is when you really go out and you get some investors
Get some
and
backers.
donors and things like that. We could put their plaques on some stone or whatever, you know,
Have
yeah.
to. I can name a field after it.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I do wonder, no, I appreciate all of this, because I think, as somebody who's lived in the city now for 27 years, the longest I've ever lived anywhere in my whole life, crazy times. I know. I remember when the Rich Art Park, we had, from the neighborhood, we actually were able to create tiles that we drew and painted on. And so I would be happy in any way, shape, or form to think about how we can support the efforts of just reaching out to our community partners in wanting to invest in our city. And so I think that could be an opportunity for this board moving forward, is how, I love that we meet monthly, but I also think that there's a lot of passion here that I'm hearing. And so let's put our, can we put our action, or our excitement into action, and how do we do that?
Yes,
And
yes.
would be happy to support in any way possible.
Yes, get ready. Get ready, 'cause now that you said that,
It's like,
I'll
be
reaching out.
careful, be careful what you wish for, right?
No, that campaign, that capital campaign, when I spoke with the Mayor Riley, of course, they're much bigger than us, but, it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
But if you have a vision, you have a plan, and you could do it in phases.
And I
we
also-
have 13 parks?
13 locate, yeah,
Yeah.
if we
I
include
think
the,
there'd be people that, just like I think about the theater at the Fort, where people buy, like, bricks. There's so many
bricks, yeah.
ways to do things that are, the big eggs, right, that we want to go after. But then there's just, I think, grassroots organizing of individuals in this city that have lived in this city and love this city and want to see this city continue to prosper. And so how do we tap into those individuals?
Yes, ma'am. And everybody likes parks and trails and things like that.
A lot of the things that you're mentioning are more adult oriented, or maybe.
So, not just adult, because in some of the parks you have, that I visit, and I have tons of pictures, they had playgrounds and they had areas for autistic. One of the pictures that I showed them, they had the word play, and they had flowers and stuff that children that needed to touch and feel that they had installed. They had different art installations that kids can play on and take pictures. There's, and this park was 5 family of trolls, and there's 105 trolls throughout parks in the United States, and this park had 5 of them, and it was a family, and they were scattered throughout the park, and people were, it was fun, because you could go look for it. It was a sign about the troll, and a barcode, and you know, they encourage you to go through the park to find the families, and they had the artist's name and named them all, and it was just something to entice the families to come out as a family. They had a concession stand. They call it the House of Porches, and they had different porches around, where when we were there, it was a little chilly for Raleigh, so they had hot chocolate, but they also could rent the area. I told Eric I saw the superintendent house on the acreage. He said,
Oh, there you go.
it was a beautiful house. So, you know, what you do is you research and you look, and then you take ideas and copy that would fit for your city.
Because the idea of parks now is not to be event or specific. You know, we have our majority of our parks are event specific, be it soccer, be it baseball. And what you're seeing more and more, like I mentioned, the park out in Greenfield, yes, that park had a playground, or you can put a splash pad in there, but it's incorporated within a trail, flowering gardens, where the playground is not necessarily apart from, but is actually a part of
all-inclusive.
The complex. And
Yes.
that's a different concept that this city hasn't tackled before. You have a baseball field, you have a playground, you have a soccer field. That's what community park is. It's just, we got fancy, we got a sledding hill now, we got a skate park. Those were the big deal for us. I mean, it ranks right up there with us getting Heartland and an Arch for Lawrence here, because 27 years ago, and I've been out here 64 years, the idea of us being an art destination was laughable. And it's not anymore. So, yeah, that idea
Exactly.
of what a park concept is, especially a big park, your main park, is things are a part of, not apart from.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
you-
again, it's exciting. So hopefully, we'll see what else comes up, what we could work on, but I appreciate all the great ideas and questions, and I'm going to let you continue your
Well, I do
meeting.
have one more question.
No, you can't have one more question, no.
Well, I had 2 more questions. Or 3 more.
Say 3 more.
If we're gonna if we're thinking about moving the baseball field back, would a splash pad be a possibility? Is that in the vision? Because that's a huge missing element in Lawrence.
If you were to ask me, I'd say, I think it's part of it. But,
I think we have to look at the finance
Yeah.
part of that.
come on.
Because I think that should be a pretty high priority.
I think
Because
we have to
it's kid-oriented, it's activity-oriented, it's a missing element in Lawrence, because, you know, you have to pay an arm and a leg if you want to
very
go
expensive.
swimming in Lawrence or have anything to do with water.
Yes, it's very expensive for a splash pad. But we can make sure, as we're talking about them redoing the vision where that would be, they do have it already.
Right.
But I think if we work with them and we're looking at, I mean, just think about how much FHRA paid for this company to do this, and then the money what they have already shown us, I almost rolled out of my chair when I saw, and they broke it into phases, and it's quite a bit of money. So, yeah. Yes. I'm not saying no, it's just, you know, where and when and how and where we're gonna get the funds from.
Let me ask you a technical question.
Did he just not?
Yeah.
My John,
Okay, one more. One more, Mr. Burns.
the redevelopment commission, now, are they handling the part about doing the lease? Because that's been talked out at the redevelopment commission, is that correct?
So I think, so our economic development, and my chief of staff is part of the redevelopment and FHRA. So we are all at the table, and our corporation lawyer and our outside lawyer, and DNR. So we're all at the table, trying to make this, and will come to a fruition, probably by the end of this first quarter. We'll have a big, hopefully major announcement with all of us at the table, because they still, was just spoken to, I want to say, right before the holidays. They're still excited that we want that piece of property.
Because you took it through the redevelopment
Yes.
commission without coming to the Parks Board.
Yes,
That's-
and FHRA and everybody's on it, because this is going to be a big thing for the
So
city.
is the redevelopment commission going to put money into this?
I'm not going to say. I think it's going to be a mixture.
Is that,
I think it's going to be a mixture because it's part of FHRA, the land. It's not going to be one direct lending. I think it's going to be a mixture.
Can we sweet talk the state for a little help on building it?
So I'm
Taking it off their hands.
but I'm working on the state for some
Okay,
things.
gonna
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, if they're desperate to get rid of, and I know they've been wanting to have it repurposed.
Yes, I asked them to be part of everything that
Right.
we do. We asked them that day, and they were still very happy that they would be part of what we're trying to do. So trying to keep them connected, I think, is a very important thing.
And, right now, Eric and I
But
directly
they
working
have
with our
issues
grant.
financial too, because
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
they
been cut.
Yeah.
And I think that's another reason why they're excited, because they're staff-wise and ranging and coming from the State House and the governor, they have been cut too.
Would you need approval from the council to do any of this?
If it comes down to funding and budget.
Right.
Okay. But you can do the lease and all that
Yeah.
Without them,
council
yes.
approval. Okay.
Because once we do that, I do plan on moving for an event, what is that, our stage?
Using the stage.
Using our stage for an event.
Get a feel for it, yeah, lay of the land. That's what I
Yep.
was sitting out there thinking, when we pull the stage, makes
Yeah.
sense.
One thing as you're planning for the amphitheater, I think one of the reasons that people use that track is because it's open and they feel safe. And so as you're planning, you need to figure out, I think, to create as few blind spots as possible.
Blind spots, keeping it open. There's a lot of land, because when we walked it, they're gonna have to cut back the shrubs, and we found an old shed back there that nobody knows what's in it.
Don't want
Don't wanna know, yeah, there's a lot. We're thinking about, what does it look like? So, one of the things I did ask Eric is, once we have the rights of it, and people are out there walking, one of the things when I was walking and knocking on doors and talking to people about the track, there's no restrooms out there.
Yes.
And so we already talked about, once we get to say that that's ours, we're gonna put some porta potties out there
That would be a good.
immediately.
And that might be an opportunity to maybe engage someone like myself, because I have the time to do it. If we get it and we're moving forward to construct it, to go out there a couple times a week in the spring and summer and engage the folks who are
Yes.
walking there. And I like to pat myself on the back a little bit, having some historical knowledge and the like, and I can
Yep.
walk the track with, and I
Yeah.
go, this is what we're envisioning. We're not taking this away. I think
Yeah.
we're adding to the experience
That's a
here.
great idea.
So I just throwing that at you.
Because
Yeah, that's a great
I think there's a
idea.
lot of people that walk on that track that would not exercise
No.
other places.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And it's part of
really
our
big
theme.
part
And
of
it's
it.
live longer in Lawrence,
Yeah.
live longer
Part of-
in Lawrence, and
part
so
of
we're
the theme.
excited. And also, not only that, but then, Lee Road Park is right down there. Come get some water at the concession stand and
Yeah.
play volleyball or bocce or
ball.
something. Yeah, so, yeah,
And-
again, walkable.
And, you know.
I'm sorry if
Heidi-
I'm taking up so much of
Well,
your time.
well, we have a vision moving forward. It's almost a state of the park address from what you said.
I was going to do a
vision.
formal one, but okay.
Yeah, this is funner anyway. I'm creating a word here, funner. But, you know, tie it in with construction of the amphitheater, knock on wood, hopefully with construction of the the Fall Creek Trail extension.
Oh, yes.
That's all tied in. And like I said,
Mm-hmm.
folks that we really hopefully have some deeper pockets, you know, traveling north to south, if they can have, you know, it'll be very connected from 79th Street all the way,
All the
Hell's
way
Bells
down, yeah.
to downtown Indianapolis.
Eventually, yeah. It's going
Yeah.
to be, yeah, that's why we have to, we need to be ahead of the curve, ahead of everything that's happening, and not behind it. And this is our great opportunity to shake those bushes and be ahead of it. So I'm looking at you for when we do that capital.
See
Yes,
you.
get out and let's talk to some of these people's banks and stuff, and, you know, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank
Thank
you.
you kindly.
Great questions. Thank
you.
you. I'm really excited that you guys are excited.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we want to move the diamond.
Occasionally, the foot in the behind or the pep talks work.
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of avoid that complacency, so.
Yeah, I've been trying to go to some of the board member meetings to let everybody know that, you know, we appreciate the commitment that everyone does out of your normal life and job and stuff, and helping us move the city forward, because it's very important. I was always told you strike when the iron's hot, and I think our city is hot right now, and we need to
Take
be,
advantage of it.
yeah, make some changes and be on top of it. So I'm looking forward to that, so, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
All right.
All right, real quick, there are a couple things, and speaking of the trails, and Jamie, you know we have a meeting, at our next Fall Creek Trail meeting's on the 30th,
Correct.
and this is for our 90% completion.
Yes. So we're waiting on, we've been waiting on, the holdup is the roadbed at Fall Creek, roughly, it's in front of the Lux's house, but it's that bad area on Fall Creek, and we're working with Indianapolis Department of
DPW.
DPW to determine some way to fix that area so it doesn't compromise the trail, so.
Our portion going down Lee Road, working with the state park, is in essence good to go.
Yeah, yeah,
When you hang a right, to go down Fall Creek, and the issue is, the newsflash, Fall Creek Road is a nightmare.
Yeah,
And
no
it's
kidding.
really starting to spill over, we're seeing in our plans for the trail.
They actually patched a couple of holes.
Yes, and the debate going on right now with the architects, engineer, is stability of a trail. How is that interconnected with the road banking
roadbed itself,
and the creek bed
yeah,
practically?
yeah, so
That's really a
One
hang.
place where
Yes.
there's 200 feet there that's holding up the entire project. But, and with that in mind, once we get the 90% plans together, then we can release tree cutting, because we have to do it before
Brown.
before April 30th.
Yep.
So
That brown bag issues.
we've got to get those, at least that done, or that'll hold us up another 9 months, so.
I became familiar with the brown bat over there at Lee Road many, many years ago, why we couldn't encroach further. We're right behind the firehouse there. It has brown bat habitat. Don't want to make them mad at you. So, Eric, real quick, the guys are working on project right now. They're currently out at Lee Road, Gin Park.
Gin Park, so we're painting and putting in some new fixtures in there, new restroom petitions. We're doing the Explore Park restrooms this year, and then we're also looking at the community park restrooms and to get those up to snuff. Part of our discussion with the mayor the other day was the community center and how it needs a facelift. So we're going to certainly look at that and see what we can get done. And then we've also got the playground at 45th and Rich Hart will be doing yet this winter, before mowing season comes in and end of March, 1st of April.
Got it.
Jeff,
Go ahead.
parking lot, is it still on track?
It is. Actually, I talked to Renee today, and she's letting the purchase order for staking, so we'll have a company come out and do the staking for elevations and benchmarks with regards to where the curb cuts are going to go and the actual limits of the lots. So you'll see somebody out there doing some work, hopefully in the next 30 days, they'll actually be doing.
Is that coming through stormwater?
Yes.
All of it?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. That's good.
Eric, put this on your to-do list. We need, and it's partially my fault, gimping around the end of 2025. We need to get FC Pride in here for end of the year, beginning of the year report, please. I need to get them in here ASAP. Yeah, I just brought it up, and
Jeff,
Yes,
can
ma'am.
I, follow-up question, speaking of FC Pride, I know we had OYO, which I don't know if anybody else loved those Frango mints, but
oh yes, tremendous.
I think I gained 15 pounds
They're not
eating
diet.
those.
They're
No,
not diet.
brought me back to life outside of Chicago. But anyhow, they said that they were hoping to have a ribbon cutting. Do we have any follow-up with that?
I know that they've started utilizing the facility.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if they're going to forgo that. We haven't heard. I'll reach back out to
Yeah,
Michael and
because
find
I
out.
thought that was a lovely opportunity for us to really showcase, again, to the mayor's point, the partnerships that we have with OYO and how the in-kind donations and just how
And
we're
they
working
do have
collaboratively together.
Portalet out there now.
Yeah,
It's a good story to tell.
yeah.
Anything else from Mr. Eric?
The follow-up on what Fall Creek was talking about, I mean, what OIO talked about, are having one league.
Oh.
Have we done any more on that?
Yeah, that's still on the table to do. We haven't, I haven't organized that meeting yet, but I will.
You'd think that there was a holiday or something that happened.
Yeah. I was in
Is
Florida for
Fall Creek still in existence?
Yes.
Is that correct?
It is, yeah, and we just need to find out if they, what
Where
they
they're
wanna
headed.
do.
Because
Yeah.
within the next, what are we, middle of January? Yeah, within the month,
Yeah.
you have
that's
your
why.
sign-ups. And guys, when I taught, I said, don't wish your life away. Well, it'll be April 1st, and we won't be bundled up, in fur much longer. So we need to see where we're headed there. You got anything else on projects, updates?
No, March 28th is the spring fling though, so it's early this year.
Easter's that early?
I'm assuming, there's not confirmation on that, that's a tentative date. Usually it's the weekend before Easter. that we
Right.
do it, and
Yeah.
so that's what I put on the calendar.
Okay, because last year it was late.
Yeah,
I'm already cold. Yeah.
And we,
The Y schedules that, so.
Okay.
oh, you know what that coincides with is Lauren's spring break.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so it may be, I know we do it the weekend before, but maybe worth thinking, because if we want our Lawrence,
That happens every year because we always try to get them to do face painting.
yeah,
And they know this on spring.
yeah.
Yeah, because they're on spring break. Yeah, that's a good call. Wow. Anything else, Eric?
reached out to our fireworks vendor, and they're gonna get us a contract, and,
Okay.
but we're already on their books, so,
Got it.
that's one last thing. We have a meeting next week with I-9 to discuss scheduling of Burns Park. I've already received requests from the Gaelic Association.
Okay.
And then also the Drum Corps already put their dates in. So we've got Burns Park's already filling up for the year, so.
Got it. And speaking of filling up, how are we so far on our rentals for our facilities?
You'd have to, everything is filling up, yeah.
Okay.
Gin Park is well utilized, and as long as the community center is always in the activity center, but
Got it.
One more thing.
it's,
Bingo, is that, what happened with the bingo?
With Shell,
Bingo, Shell.
with Scooter.
I haven't reached back out to her to find out,
I mean.
I didn't know if she
think
reached
said
back
she was
out to
coming
you.
back, wasn't she?
right.
So, anything else, kids? Madam Counselor? Madam Jamie, Madam Mayor?
Just on my radar, the reason why I asked Eric and Jeff to look at community park center is because we do rent it out, and when you go into the restaurants there, I mean, it just needs some help.
It's tired.
While the winter months are here, they do a good job of trying to do things in-house, so hopefully they will move over to community park and get it painted and some things in the ceiling done, and those bathroom stalls are,
Scary.
they are, and Jeff and Eric and I talked about that. That's just very important, because if you want people to come to your house,
Yeah.
you're entertaining them, you want them to feel.
The restrooms are by far, even when you go to visit someone, you know, I'm be blunt, you can judge somebody on their bathrooms. And that facility's 36 years old,
It is.
and it's had one or two events held in it, and
And every week is busy too, so.
Yeah.
I just wanted to applaud, Eric and his staff for trying to keep the costs down and doing it themselves, so hopefully by the end of first quarter, that building will be done too.
You know what it shows? It shows that it's well-loved and well-used.
Yeah.
And so
It
that's a
is.
good thing, that it's not sitting there without
is.
folks utilizing.
yeah. I'm a guy, I can go to the woods and get away. We'll put that in a minute. Any- Yeah, don't put that in a minute. Anything else, Kane? Being done, I'm gonna go home and watch Butler
The
Bowl.
minutes, do we do the minutes?
Oh, God, no. Thank you.
I don't want to leave Dean in.
I gotta make sure, yeah, new man, Bennett. Have you folks had a chance to peruse minutes? Thank you, Ms. D.
Yes.
Okay, if there are no corrections, additions, subtractions, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
There we go. Not used to going out of work. There you are. All right, with that being
All
said,
right.
Thank you and congratulations, Mr. President.
yes, unanimous. I will spend my $53 wisely.
Donuts.
Probably